saying congratulations on the brand new single. It's been getting a lot of airplay on our station at the moment. So I guess that's a great way to start off, is tell us a little bit about the new single and what the inspirations were behind it.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much for playing it. The song Single Use Plastic, it is a song, I suppose it's an ode to every crappy friend that you have. I call it single use plastic, but I refer to it as single use friendship. The people friends that you have that chew your ear off and derive you of all your energy and all your positive energy, and then kind of whenever you need it reciprocated, they're nowhere to be seen. Very conveniently.
Did it feel good to get that out of your system and down on paper with a track like this? Like, I know for me, I love to be able to, when I want to vent, instead of jumping on social media, I put it down in a song. Is that something that you find as well?
Totally, yeah. I think I can't really speak for currently in ISO, because I feel like at the moment I've just been going through this thing of not really feeling that inspired or motivated to write. But I think that during normal life, let's call it.
Yeah.
Obviously, I use social situations and I derive things from my friends and my people and love life to inspire writing music, and it's both selfish and cathartic at the same time. But yeah, so I always use my personal experiences to influence my music.
Yeah. Now, it's funny that you said that while you're in ISO you're feeling unmotivated, because I'm finding with creative people, they're either really, really creative at the moment and that's how they're keeping their sanity, or they're the opposite and they're sitting in front of Netflix and eating takeout. How have you been finding lockdown, and how has it affected your career to date?
Well, it's affected it in the terms of actually, I think for me, I get a lot of validation and I get most of my kicks from performing live. So, and I find the music process, as much as I love getting it off my chest and having people listen to it, I always find it just a slight bit kind of underwhelming in a way, because you put all your emotional self into this song and you kind of put it out there to be judged, right?
Yep.
So without the performance as an outlet, it's been kind of hard to, you got to adapt. You got to go onto Instagram Lives and do all these things that maybe don't feel like you, but you have to kind of navigate the situation. In regards to the creativity thing, I see so many people online and musicians just being like, it's a really good time to be creative. And I'm like, what? No, it's not. I don't feel like that at all. And it really bothered me for a while. And then I actually I subscribed to Nick Cave's Red Hand Letters. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's just people ask him questions and he just sends out a letter every few days or every month. It's kind of just whenever he feels like it. And he said something that really resonated with me. He said it's kind of all well and good for people to say that, it's a great time to be creative, and maybe those people might genuinely feel like that, or they're a little bit more privileged in their circumstances and their access to, recording equipment and whatnot, and actually being productive. But for him, he just said, there's so much going on in the world right now. It's really, for me, a great time to just sit and observe and to just be still and not put too much pressure on yourself to, because it's not something that we really know, and how to, not something that we really know.
Yeah. So
that's where I'm at.
And for everyone, it's very different as well. A lot of our listeners have been saying, it's great that artists are getting out there and doing live streams. But we were talking to a muso on the show the other day, and he said that he did a live stream and it was probably the worst thing that he's felt that he's ever done, because he said he didn't get that feedback from the audience, and he said he couldn't really read comments while he was playing, and it's not the same as an audience reacting to how they would react to a live show. So for every musician, it seems very, very different and how you can cope with isolation at the moment.
Yeah, I think it reveals a little bit more of your true self when you're going through Instagram Live and stuff like that. Like, I feel like we spend most of our time perfecting our live performances and portraying this person that we want to be on stage. Might not necessarily be who we are. And when you go to Instagram Live, it's like you can't do the whole, like, oh, rock and roll, I'm just going to sit here and drink whiskey, you know? Like,
yeah.
You can't do that. You gotta be unashamedly yourself and hope that people actually respond and are connected to that.
Yeah.
So it's putting yourself on the line a little bit more, right?
Yeah, and a lounge room is never going to feel the same as a live music venue either, whether or not it be the performer or the audience, I don't think.
Yeah. No, of course. It won't. It will never add up.
Yeah. So bringing it back to your EP, tell us a little bit about the new EP that you've got coming out in June and what people can expect to hear on that EP as well.
So I feel like since my last album, the sound has kind of evolved slightly. It's incorporating some more electronic sounds, and I suppose my last album was very like garage kind of rock, and now I just want it to be a little bit, same kind of vibe but served on a silver platter, like a little bit more polished and rounded. And I've got 4 songs on the EP. They're always personal, but I like to sugarcoat them in pretty sounds so that if people really want to know what it's about, they'll listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel more pressure with this EP because your last album did so well? Was there kind of a pressure not only to get more music out there, but to try and top what you'd done last time?
Yeah, I think because I'd sat on the last album for 2 or 3 years in the making process, I feel like I was ready. Like, I feel like whatever I did was going to top that, because I was so over that music. And you kind of like, they grow old, and you kind of get tired of them. You get tired of playing them. You want something new and fresh to kind of reinvigorate your creative self. So I actually didn't struggle. I didn't find their pressure, but I did find their pressure to do better. Yeah. Definitely. But I started working with a fantastic producer called Budo, and he's from a band called Dotho. And so when we started writing together, I feel like sparks just flew, and it just made sense, and we come up with great stuff together. So I'm very fortunate to have found someone that I click with. Yeah.
Did he help with that evolution of sound as well, or was that just a kind of natural evolution as you started to work on this EP?
Yeah, it was he did have some influence on it, but I also think that what really inspired that was I made the last album before I actually had a band, so I didn't write it from a live perspective, and when I went out and then toured it and got a band and played it live, I started to kind of like see the flaws.
Yeah.
And because I think it's really beneficial to go out and play that song over and over again, and to hear what it sounds like and form it and see the reaction, and then go and record it. So it was interesting in that sense to kind of do it the opposite way around.
Yeah. And you got to go to Europe as well with the last tour. Tell us a little bit about what it was like touring in Europe and what the highlights of that tour was as well.
Europe was incredible. It was about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before we actually flew that we found out that we were going. And it was like a scramble to kind of collect as much money and, try and get the boys to come over. And, and once we'd gotten over there, we received a lovely, warm welcoming. We became best friends with the band we were touring with, Wicked Things, and we were both supporting the June Rats. And And I suppose the highlight was definitely, there's this festival in a really small town called Harrow, and it's called San Vino, and they basically, at 6 a.m. in the morning, after everyone's been partying all night before, at 6 a.m. you run up this hill and all the locals super soak you in old wine. And it's like thousands of people, and everyone's wearing white, and you run up there, you're pretty pissed, to be honest. And everyone's just super soaking you, it's so funny. Someone even had a leaf blower, just it was so funny. Anyway, and then everyone runs down the hill and doesn't get changed all day, and they just go and drink in the town. That was the most hilarious night of my life, and I didn't think I would even make it, because I thought I'd definitely crash before 6 a.m. It's pretty hard to stay awake for so long, especially when you're jet lagged. It was like the second day.
Yeah. Now, the big question for all our listeners out there is, where can they grab a copy of the EP, and when can they grab a copy of the EP?
Oh, you mean like a physical copy?
Yeah, or online as well. Yeah, just anywhere. Where can they grab it? Yeah.
I'm like, so rare. Yeah, no, I haven't gone the physical copy route this time. It'll be available on Spotify and Apple Music, or your chosen platform, on iTunes and whatnot. And yeah, I really hope that people listen and that they enjoy it.
And what are your plans for the future as well when we get out of isolation? Like, are you looking to get out and tour around the time that the EP comes out, or a little bit later than that? What are the plans there?
My prediction is that by, June, when the release is, we're not going to be able to tour yet then. So currently, I've been working on having Zoom sessions with some producers, which is amazing, the technology that's come out of this whole pandemic. But so I've been working on kind of the next line of music, but definitely once we can get out there and tour, I will be there. I'm sad. It's unfortunate that I had to cancel my UK tour this year, which was actually going to happen in June, July. But sadly, can't make it over there.
Definitely. Well, Pearl, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure. We hope a lot of our listeners do go out and grab the EP, and I think it's time for us to take another listen to Single-Use Plastic on this show.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.